Fatal Frame 2 Remake Harder, has just released, so what better way to celebrate than to take a dive into the original game's story and lore. The original is nearly 23 years old now, so let's kick back, grab your favourite drink and a protective charm or two, and let's straighten out the horrifying and honestly rather brutal events that took place in Minakami Village all the way back in the summer of 1988. In July of that year, twins Amakura Mio and Mayu head to the Minakami area for what is essentially one last visit to their former childhood home. The Minakami Dam has nearly finished construction, and once it's done, the area will be flooded. The girls were often warned to stay away from this forested area in particular, because their father went missing there when they were younger. But of course, who listens to their parents' warnings, am I right? As children, Mayu badly injured herself in this same area, leaving Mio with a lot of unresolved guilt, as she felt responsible for this act. Even today, Mayu still walks with a bit of a limp, a constant reminder of what Mio feels was her own negligence towards her older sister. At any rate, while they reminisce about said past, Mio suddenly realizes her sister is gone. As she runs through the forest looking for her, she comes upon what appears to be Mayu in a white kimono, apologizing for something. In an instant, she's gone, and Mio finds herself at some sort of ritual site, with Mayu, once again in her normal clothes, staring at something in the distance. It's a village. The lost village of Minakami. Now that the girls are lost in the forest, they decide to head into the village and see if they can't find help. But this village shouldn't even exist. Urban legends claim that long ago, it disappeared during a festival, and now, if you get lost in the forest surrounding the village, you'll get trapped too. Just like the twins right now. Surely they'll be fine and find a way out, right? Right? The first house they encounter is the Osaka house, and here, Mayu has a vision of a woman, Sudo Miyako, who also found herself lost in Minakami. She came here to find her missing boyfriend, Makimura Masumi, who went missing while doing geological work for the dam. Unfortunately, neither Miyako nor Masumi had a good time of it, even after they were reunited. As it turns out that Masumi was killed by a powerful ghost before they could escape. And then, his vengeful ghost, in turn, killed Miyako. Whoops. In the house, Mio discovers a camera designed by her very own ancestor, Dr. Aso. This camera can exorcise ghosts, and with it, she promptly deals with Miyako, but then passes out. As you do. When she awakes, Mayu is gone. It would appear that something is possessing Mayu, making her move and act against her own will and even knowledge. Perhaps it's that strange girl in the white kimono from earlier. As Mio searches the village for her, she comes across a boy with white hair, trapped in a room, who calls her Yae. He seems to be mistaken, but he also refuses to listen, and simply tells her she must find Sae, and they must both escape before it's too late. He seems a little confused, sure, but his heart's in the right place. He also provides helpful information, so who's to argue? While looking for her sister, Mio uncovers more information about Minakami and what seemingly happened here. It seems there were several powerful families in the village, with the Kurosawa being the head family, and the Osaka, Tachibana, Tsuchihara, and Kiryu families being branches of them who oversaw a special ritual. A special ritual involving twins and butterflies. Whatever could this be? And why does the boy with the white hair keep warning her that this ritual is about to start? that's not evil and foreboding in any way. Mio eventually tracks her sister down at the Kurosawa house, and there she sees a vision of what really happened all those many years ago. That girl in the white kimono stands there, laughing and covered in blood, as the floor is littered with dead bodies. Before her, a terrifying ghost covered in ropes materializes and attacks. The same guy who killed Masumi. The camera doesn't do jack shit against him, so Mio runs. Further digging reveals this special ritual was also known as the Forbidden or Crimson Sacrifice Ritual. It uses twins to help seal the gate to hell. Should this ritual fail, the repentance will occur, which means the gate will open and all the dead will pour out. Kinda like that vision Mio just saw, huh? Just a coincidence, surely. Mio eventually finds Mayu inside the house, but she's still acting strangely and constantly muttering about the ritual. Seems whatever or whoever has possessed her really wants Mio and Mayu to go through with it. This ritual where the elder sister must kill the younger. Wait, what? They are again separated as Mayu gets trapped in a cell, and despite her guilt, Mio realizes she must leave her, again, if she's to find a way to get them both out. But when she does eventually return, Mayu is once again gone. It would seem that the white-haired boy, Itsuki, was a member of the Tachibana family. He and his brother took part in this crimson sacrifice ritual many decades ago, but it failed. This failure meant it had to be done again, and this time, twins Sae and Yae from the Kurosawa family were chosen. Not that there was much to choose from, as they were the only twins left who even could do it. But Yae didn't want to go through with this ritual that would involve her killing her own sister, shockingly. So, Itsuki tried to help them escape. However, mirroring Mio and Mayu's own childhood, Sae slipped and fell while they were escaping, and only Yae got out. Sae was taken back to the village, where all she could do was await her sister's return. She would return, right? Right? So it seems Itsuki has been mistaking Mio all this time for Yae, which means the spirit possessing Mayu has to be Sae, the girl in the white blood-stained kimono who likes to laugh maniacally a lot. And Sae wants them to go through with the ritual. If the elder sister has to kill the younger, then that must mean she wants Mayu to kill her. Oh no. After following her sister into the Kiryu house, she eventually runs into Sae herself underground. She flees, ending up in the Tachibana house, where she finally finds Mayu again, who is most definitely possessed by Sae, yes. Reunited, they take this opportunity to head to the old tree on the outskirts of the village. This is where they kept the bodies of the remaining, the twins who generally survived the ritual and then lived on in the village after. But it also holds access to a path that will allow them to escape the village. Once there, Mayu is too exhausted to go any further. Mio will have to figure out how to unlock the door leading to their freedom alone. But she also discovers something even more horrifying. An old note talking about how the government issued a decree that the first twin to come out is the eldest. That's normal, right? But here in Minakami, that's not how they see things. In fact, the twin that is born first is considered the younger, and the twin that is born second is the elder. The elder, being more powerful, allows the younger and weaker twin to leave the womb first. So, by the villagers' reckoning, Mayu would actually be considered the younger twin, and Mio the elder. Sae doesn't want Mayu to kill Mio. She wants Mio to kill Mayu. After unlocking the door, the girls are ambushed by angry ghost villagers. Mayu is taken, but Mio gives chase. They're this close to freedom. They can't have it snatched away from them now. Following them all the way back to the Kurosawa house, all the secrets of what happened that fateful night are finally laid bare. Itsuki's ritual with his brother failed. Sae and Yae were then chosen, but Yae was able to escape. Makabe Seijiro, a folklorist who was interested in the village, in particular the Hellish Abyss, was sacrificed as a temporary measure, but this did nothing. Sae then carried out the ritual by herself, but naturally, it also failed. And so, the repentance occurred. Darkness claimed the sky as vengeful spirits gushed out of the abyss like a dam breaking. Makabe, the Kusabi, wreaked havoc on the village with Sae laughing maniacally by his side. None survived, and the village was wiped from the maps, left in a state of limbo, repeating the horrible events of that night on an endless loop, ensnaring any unfortunate souls who happened to get too close, and then killing them too. The only way to end this suffering is to successfully carry out the Crimson Sacrifice ritual. Mio must kill her sister. And as though something has also possessed her, this she does, then watching in shock as mourners throw Mayu into the abyss. Mayu then turns into a crimson butterfly, and Mio, crying, follows her back to the hill where they first spotted the village. The ritual succeeded. The curse is lifted. Minakami Village is freed of the darkness it has been subjected to all these years, and Mio herself is also free. But now, of course, without her sister by her side. Her sacrifice saved them, but at what cost? Sometime later, Mio sits alone, overlooking the now completed dam, a crimson butterfly glowing on her neck. Didn't we always promise each other? Together, forever, we hear Mayu say. This ritual was always about reuniting the two halves of one soul, and it would seem that the twins did, in a twisted way, get their wish. Now they can be together forever. And that is the story of what happened in Minakami Village during Fatal Frame 2. I hope you guys are currently enjoying the remake, and I'm looking forward to seeing what changes they may have implemented this time around as well, particularly with regards to the story. But what do you guys think? Are there any other bits of lore you'd like to see me cover? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you again next time.